Looking at this pie chart, you can see the amount of water. This is an average of the American household for your shower, toilet, leaks, which I'll get to later, other clothes washing, faucet. Like I say, there's an enormous amount of water that each American family we use every day. In a house full of 4 people, it's around 400 gallons, which is an enormous use of water. If you've got 4 55-gallon barrels and looked at them and realised that the whole family is using basically one of those each a day. But how do you address it? Well, there's certain things that you can do, and by that you can actually save water usage. Hello, talking about what I think is the most important product on the whole planet, and that's water. We just going to have some now actually because it's quite warm here. Water, we tend to take it for granted, and for those people considering going off grid, there's a few things you need to take into account, and that is wherever you're going, and the priority would be for anyone, if they asked me, to make sure they have a spring, a well, or access to fresh water. A lot of people get confused. Can I have a dam that I can take water from? And yes, you can do. You can purify water in many forms through filters. But above everything else, I want to make you aware of, because some of you won't be aware of this, around the world, all over the world actually, there are wars that have been fought for a very long time. Not a year, not 10 years, hundreds of years, over the access to clean water. Some of the issues in Syria you're well aware of, but you may not be aware of in the country of Syria. There are actually wars going on just by the normal peoples trying to get access to drinking water. They've had major droughts there over the years, but I'm going to just explain. All around the world, it's in Asia, it's in all parts of the world where people have conflict now because of population numbers. Again, we take water for granted when you can just turn a tap on, or you've got access to easy amounts of drinking water. You don't even think about it. But I want to make you aware of a few things, and that is that you'll see a chart that we did and put on this video showing the amount of usage for this, that and the other. Well, you can save water, and you know, the average American and Australian household uses about 400 gallons of water a day for 4 people living in there. You've all had, or probably have, teenage daughters that have no idea what time it is when they go into the shower and what time it is they come out. That's pretty true. You know, even boys do that as well. I for years always had a sign on the wall next to the shower saying 10-minute shower, and that's more than enough. But like I say, how can you save water? Well, there's some of the things that are pretty basic, like when you brush your teeth. Do you just turn the tap on and then brush and leave the tap running? There's one simple avenue of saving water, is to turn the tap off. You can save hundreds of gallons a month per person by simply turning the tap off while you brush your teeth. Turn it on when you need to rinse, and then you're done. And sitting there just having the tap going is just plain silly. It's not doing anything. You're brushing your teeth and the water's just going down the hole. And you pay for water if you're on grid, that's for sure. But other things like showers, you know, I could say simply things like, well, how long do you have a shower for? If you say, I have 30-minute showers and that's it, I'm no point talking to you. The resource you just really do take for granted. And you're paying for it. Not only is the cost of the water running, but the hot water. To get that hot water you need to pay extra as well. So what are the things that you can do? Are things like getting, and I know Americans are pretty reluctant to get into guttering, downpipes and rainwater tanks. But you need to take it on board that you can. I'm going to put links in the video to show you where you can get gutter guards if you have problems with leaves, dirt, snow. Just because it snows doesn't mean you can't have gutters. There are plenty of options there as well. But just have a think about what your water usage is. I spoke in a previous video about electricity consumption. There's no reason why you shouldn't think about your water consumption as well. So the average American family and Australian family, 400 gallons per day. So if you happen to have a 2,000 gallon, say, rainwater tank, and you continued using the same usage, in 5 days you'd be out of water. So every day an Australian and an American family, one member of the family, uses basically a 55 gallon barrel of water. Now, I'm not asking you to get a flannel and have it washed down every night and just quickly brush your teeth in a cup full of water. I'm just trying to make you aware of what you do consume. You can buy toilets that are more effective. Some old toilets use 5, 6, 7 gallons of water to flush. So have a look at that. There's an option there. Because in the end, if you do conserve water, you will actually save money, first of all. That's the main priority about all this, is you having a cheaper way of living. But if you're thinking of going off grid, you're not going to have the luxury most of the time to flush 7 gallons of water down the toilet. You might get a compost toilet. I'm going to put a link in the video and in the description below. You'll see to Fix by Doc and his spring. For those people interested in going off grid, getting some land, please don't buy anything until you make sure you've got access to good water. That is the number one priority that I would make you really think about. No point buying a block of land that's got a great view, but it's 350 feet down to get water. There's no point. So in the description you'll see a link to Fix by Doc and Addy organising their resource in the way of spring water, and I think he's got several springs. So have a look at his video, the link that I put down, and he's got a whole series on his spring water. And there are other great videos out by other YouTubers as well. Just YouTube it and put in the search bar spring water or well water. So many options. You can have a bore, you can have rainwater collection, and I really encourage Americans to start looking at that. Start collecting your rain. Let's say you don't drink it, okay, because I know you all panic, but even with asphalt roof you can collect rainwater, you can use it for your toilet system, all right? You can use it for your gardens and any other purpose that you can think of other than drinking it. Your washing machines, etc. Those with tin roofs, particularly in Australia, and tile roof, ceramic tile, we have gutters on all our houses. It's a priority to collect rainwater. In fact, in some parts of Australia, you cannot build a house unless inclusive of the plans is a rainwater tank. And that's a fact. So I know there are issues in the US in regards to laws. Some states are talking about it's illegal to catch rainwater. Well, you need to stand up. If you're in that particular state or states where they do this to you, stand up, scream and shout. Don't go, oh okay, I can't collect rainwater. That's nonsense. So, you know, just start making noises. If you continually just keep turning taps on and wasting water, you're going to pay for it. And if you're people that are thinking about going off grid, you're in for an almighty shock. You know, you have to be conservative. You don't have to, as I've said before, live in a cave with a candle. You can have nearly everything you've got on grid, off grid. It's just money, resources. But just finishing up, make sure if you're looking at going off grid that you understand your appliances with water, just like you do with appliances with electricity. How can I be more efficient is what you should be thinking. And you're better off learning all these things before you go from on grid to off grid. So start conserving your water. Turn the tap off whilst you're brushing your teeth. Have less time in the shower. Buy more efficient washing machines. Buy more efficient toilets. It's all pretty basic. If you save water, you save money. Thanks for watching.